Surely someone must want to stay at Sunderland. Hello and welcome to the latest episode of Saving Sunderland, the homegrown heroes save, where I attempt to turn Sunderland into a top 6 side using only British and Irish players. If they want to stay at the blinking club, that is. It is the start of February and we have had a horrible January, an absolute horrible time of things. The last time we were together, we beat Birmingham in the FA Cup. We then played against Arsenal and it was a humdinger of a game. We had Izzy Brown sent off, Jack Rodwell sent off for two horrific challenges. We were 3-2 up with 20 minutes to go and we lost 4-3. We shouldn't, we were never going to beat Arsenal anyway, but utterly disappointing. We then had our only positive result in the month, a 2-1 win away at Manchester City, possibly the only one of the big 6 teams at the moment who's having a horrendous season, and we took advantage of that. We beat them 2-1. Courtney House and Charlie Adams scoring in the first half, and we were 1-0 down in that one. But the bad news is Danny Ings got an injury and he hasn't played since. He's going to be out until probably mid-March at the earliest, which is awesome. We then played Tottenham. Danny Ings did play in that one, but he was receiving injections, which didn't really work. We lost 2-1. Jermaine Defoe scoring late on. But we were easily beaten by the team who are currently top of the Premier League in 2019. Then had a slightly disappointing 0-0 draw at home to West Bromwich Albion. Harry Arter getting sent off. And then the worst result of the month. Huddersfield are 20th in the table. They have picked up 6 points. We were 1-0 up. We managed to lose 2-1. They now have 9 points. Horrific display of form. We have only won 4 games in the league since the end of November. Our half-decent position of 7th is now an okay position of 9th. 5 points off 5th. 14 points off the relegation zone. So we're not going to get relegated this season. That's off the table, which is fine. Expectations to avoid relegation. We have achieved that point. We've achieved our EFL Cup 4th round, knocked out in the 4th round. FA Cup, we've got Newcastle again. Hey! They've knocked us out of one competition, they can knock us out of another now. Expectations to reach the 5th round. We won't beat Newcastle. It's a live com, so we won't beat them. We know that. Regular viewers will know that we do not win on live comms. As I said at the start of the episode, no one wants to be at Sunderland. The players who have left, John Flanagan has joined Tottenham for 12.75 million, so we have made a slight profit on him. We made 4 million on that deal, and 2 million of that have gone straight to the player himself. He did really well in the first season, but second season he was never really able to get into the first team side. Leighton Baines and Kieran Trippier seeing to that, so reluctantly I've agreed to let him go. Also out the door is Elliot Embleton, who's gone to Swansea, which is a bit of a weird deal. Out of contract at the end of the season, they offered 100,000 for him. Very happy to accept that. Rhys Wiggins has joined Birmingham for £150,000. A really good player in season number 1, but didn't really get many games last season and hasn't figured in the side this season. Again, out of contract, £150,000 for him. And Joe Wildsmith has gone out on loan to Cardiff. He wants to leave the club. He's transfer listed. I stopped him going to Tottenham because they offered peanuts for him. He is a potential wonder kid for me. I want him here. I've said to them 15 million or go away. At the moment, they've gone away. Chris Hughes also wants to leave. I don't know why, because he's a young player, but he really wants to leave the club. He wants to join Watford instead of us. Watford are 12th. We are 9th. Seriously, Chris? Jordan Pickford is also a one-to-way player, though he has signed a new contract. We are trying to strengthen the squad as well, which is a promise we made to him. But if we get a half-decent offer for him, I think he'll kick off and want to leave. So it's really difficult to build a squad when every time you get half-decent players into the club, the other players want to leave. So frustration, but we have strengthened. We brought Jack Grealish in from Aston Villa. Can play anywhere across that front three of our midfield. Done okay for Villa in their Premier League this season, averaging 6.93. He comes in to put real pressure on Izzy Brown, who is not in my good books at the moment. He's been sent off twice in the last month and hasn't been performing brilliantly. So Grealish will put real pressure on him. The side for the Newcastle game is Jordan Pickford in goal. Back four of Trippier, House, Dawson and Baines, with Rodwell and Adam as my two midfielders. Nelson on the right wing, Defoe in the middle, Jack Grealish making his debut from the left, and Victor Enichebe as my target man up front. Enichebe into Nelson. Nelson plays it across the ball, but Shelby clears it away. And at the moment, it just feels very sort of flat up in the northeast. We haven't had a great month. Got a number of players wanting to leave. I can't really see anyone out there that I want to bring into the club that I can really afford to bring into the club. There's that balance in the Premier League where there's a number of players you want to bring in, but then they're never in a million years would they join you. But the players who would join you aren't better than what we've got, so I can't really bring anyone in. It all falls a bit flat as Defoe gets the ball, and he puts us 1-0 up, which has cheered the mood ever so slightly. Jermaine Defoe, third goal of the season. He hasn't really been able to get into the side this season, but there he has scored, and we are 1 up against Newcastle in the Cup. Pickford plays it short to House. House finds Jack Rodwell in that midfield. Leighton Baines. Jack Grealish on the ball on his debut. Charlie Adam whips it to the back post, but it's headed away, and Newcastle will look to break with Ritchie. But it's intercepted, but given away straight away. Here's Sigurdsson. Sigurdsson looks to get to the byline. Crosses it in, and it hits the post, and it looks like it's going to be a corner to Newcastle. Pickford must have got a touch on that one, but he claims that nicely. Good goalkeeping from Jordan Pickford there. We go again. Maz to Sigurdsson. Salvet. Wilson clears the ball away. Some shouts from a penalty there, but the referee waves them away. Sigurdsson into John Joe Shelby. Salvet. Ayuzi. Shelby. 1-1. You have to say it's been coming. Newcastle the last few minutes put Sunderland under a lot of pressure, and they've equalised through John Joe Shelby. Pickford into House. House looks up to see who's available and knocks it long, and Enichebe wins the ball, and it's with Rodwell. Reece Nelson, the Arsenal loanee, loses the ball to Sigurdsson. Wilson on the ball now. You just feel the next goal here could be absolutely essential as Jack Rodwell wins the ball. Looks for Enichebe. Defoe is through. Is he? Yes, he is. He shoots. Good save by Trapp in the Newcastle goal there. Traditional story for Sunderland. Lots of shots, lots of things on target, dominating possession, but not winning the game. Very much a familiar story. I'm worried that Nelson's going to get a second booking, as we have picked up a lot of bookings recently. So I'm going to bring Duncan Watmore on. Grealish has not had a great game on debut, but he only met his teammates a couple of days ago, so that can be excused. Baines throwing poor, given away. Rodwell loses out on the tackle, but we win it back through Baines. Dawson, House, Kieran Trippier, Defoe, Watmore. This is a nice play from Sunderland. Duncan Watmore looks for the back post. Grealish, Enichebe, Victor Enichebe, first goal of the season. Another player who hasn't really had much first team football, but he's in the side today. Ings' injury means that Enichebe has played and he has scored. Couldn't really miss, and he made sure he didn't miss. It's now 2-1 Sunderland. But we have a highlight straight away, and that is never a good sign. But Dawson clears the ball away, gives it away to Clark. Diami, Shelby, Ayuzi, Ritchie. Tackled by Grealish. Grealish coming to his own for the last few minutes. Enichebe looks to turn. Defoe's with him. Trippier. Sunderland have got men up here. Watmore. Watmore into the box. Duncan Watmore. Push wide. Goal kick. We're going to go to counter. Newcastle have got changed their formation, so we're going to go counter. They're going to come at us in the last 20 minutes or so here. Ritchie, free kick, long. Penalty, Grealish gives it away. The inevitable Sunderland giving away a penalty routine. It's been seen so often this season. Newcastle have a chance to go 2-2. Sigurdsson is going to score, and he does. Good to see Grealish has settled into his new club by giving away a soft penalty. The amount of times we've done it this season is getting beyond a joke. And Sunderland have it all to do once again. Do they have the energy to find a winner in this game? They do not want to replay, as away from home they are a shambles. Trippier, edge of the box, Charlie Adam. Trippier scores! Kieran Trippier, third of the season. But first for Sunderland, as I saw a thing saying offside, but it's just that the players are complaining for offside. But Kieran Trippier, first goal for Sunderland. Now then, can they hold on to this one? What more? Trippier plays it in to Grealish, cleared away, Charlie Adam on the ball, given away again. Newcastle would look to break, but Dawson intercepts. Grealish on the ball, Rodwell, Trippier, what more again? Defoe. I'm just saying players' names now. What more? Adam. Grealish. He makes up for the giving away the penalty. Jack Grealish on his debut scores the goal. It's not been a great debut from the Aston Villa player, former Aston Villa player, but he's got a goal. All that matters. 4-2 Sunderland. 13 minutes to go. Corner though. Ritchie plays it in, headed away. Anichebe looking to break. Good ball. Grealish. Can Grealish make it 2? Defoe's with him. Grealish. Defoe drags it wide. Substitution time to give me a chance to have a breath. Grealish now is having a very good game. That goal has really given him a boost. Going to take Anichebe off, who has been absolutely sensational today. Bring Chris Hughes on. Second half, Sunderland have really stepped on the gas, which has been really positive. The only thing we've really got to look out for this season now is the FA Cup. We can't really do much in the league. I would be stunned if we finish any higher than 8th or 9th at the end of the season. So if we can get to the later reaches of the Cup, that'll be a great news story for the North East, as Newcastle dragged the ball wide into the corner of the goal. And we just hope the game just peters out now. Baines won the ball, crosses it in. Baines again to Grealish. Grealish, what more? Plays it in deep. Trippier heads it away. Adam, what more? Can it be 5? It's not, but it's game over. Slight revenge for Sunderland for the League Cup defeat when we lost 5-1 to our North East rivals. We've won today 4-2. We're into the 5th round of the FA Cup. If you like this video, please do leave a like. I've just noticed there's a guy called Duckens Nazon, which is a fantastic name for AFC Flied. I love the way I'm distracted by that. But if you liked it, please do leave a like. If you're new to the channel, please do subscribe. I've been in the FM Novice, and I'll talk to you again soon. Thank you very much, and good evening.